Welcome back to the deep dive. You know, we all spend ages planning that perfect cruise, right? Picking the places, the outfits, maybe dreaming about the food. But what's that one sort of critical thing that can genuinely make or break the whole trip, sometimes before you even leave home?
Well, today that's what we're diving into, specifically the insurance requirements for P&O Cruises. We've got the details, and our mission really is to cut through the jargon. We want to show you exactly what you need for a smooth, worry-free time at sea. It's not about boring policies, it's practical stuff.
Absolutely. And it's so much more than just like a formality, isn't it? Understanding this is really about peace of mind. It's your safety net if the unexpected happens. Because when you're out there on the water, you're kind of isolated from normal healthcare. A small issue could become a massive financial headache without the right cover.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So let's unpack it. P&O Cruises, they're super clear, especially for UK guests, aren't they? This insurance, it's not just suggested. No, not at all. It is mandatory. Comprehensive cruise-specific travel insurance is compulsory when you sail with them. Full stop. Every single person needs it.
Right, mandatory. And what about the specifics? You mentioned it has to be quite particular.
Yeah, that's where it gets really important. Your policy must have at least, and this is the minimum, £2 million for medical and repatriation cover. 2
million, wow, that sounds like a lot.
It does, but think about it. Say you need an emergency air ambulance, maybe from somewhere remote like a Norwegian fjord, or specialized transport home from the Caribbean. Those costs can skyrocket, easily hitting six figures. So that £2 million isn't just plucked out of thin air. It reflects the potential financial black hole an incident could cause, especially repatriation getting you home safely.
Okay, so definitely not just any old travel insurance policy off the shelf. It has to be comprehensive and, crucially, cruise-specific. Are there other, maybe less obvious things P&O insists on regarding medical cover, things people might miss?
Yes, and this is a big one. Your policy absolutely has to cover any and all pre-existing medical conditions you might have, fully. And that cover needs to be valid worldwide, or at the very least in every single country on your itinerary. It's about leaving no gaps.
Even something minor from years ago.
Exactly. Like, say you twisted your knee skiing 5 years back. It feels fine now, mostly, but you must declare it. Because if you slipped on deck and injured that same knee, not declaring it could potentially invalidate your whole policy, suddenly you're facing those huge bills yourself.
That really highlights the detail, doesn't it? Why are they so specific, so meticulous about the medical side? And are there other rules they have that show why this insurance is so vital?
Definitely. The core reason is, well, the medical center on the ship, it's got doctors, nurses, it's well equipped, but it's not the NHS. It operates privately.
Ah, okay, so private costs apply.
Precisely. Any treatment you get on board, or worse, if you need an emergency evacuation to a hospital on land, that gets billed privately. Big bills. That directly shows why that comprehensive insurance is like your financial lifeline out there. And you see this emphasis reflected elsewhere too. Think about their rules on pregnancy guests can't sail if they'll be 23 weeks and a day pregnant or more during the cruise.
Right, I remember seeing that.
It's not just about getting on board, it shows the ship has limits for complex medical situations, which again underlines why that emergency evacuation cover is so critical. It even extends to things like medications. They have pretty strict rules about, say, medical cannabis, unless it's specifically NHS-prescribed and you've got prior approval. These aren't just random rules. They paint a picture of the unique cruise environment. You're international, sometimes isolated under specific regulations. It demands a really robust kind of insurance.
Okay, so summing this up for everyone listening, the main takeaway here is pretty clear. For P&O Cruises, insurance isn't just a good idea, it's mandatory and specific. It needs that minimum £2 million medical and repatriation cover. It has to include pre-existing conditions, cover emergency evacuations, and remember, onboard medical help is private. Your policy is crucial.
And maybe a final thought to leave with you is this. Given how much P&O emphasizes this comprehensive cruise-specific cover, what does that signal about, the complexities of international travel generally? Even for what seems like a simple holiday, it really speaks to the value of preparing for the unexpected, doesn't it? What could be the sort of hidden cost if you don't get these details right before you go?
That's a really powerful point to consider while planning that next trip. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive today. Hopefully you can apply this knowledge, and here's to smooth sailing and truly worry-free cruising.